My film's about diplomacy. People coming together from all different nations, everyone getting along and trying to be diplomatic towards one another and being respectful of everyone's differences. I think someone said that, but I agree with it, that we all should just try to understand one another. Age shouldn't matter, race, religion, just trying to be mindful of other people's feelings and other people's emotions. I mean, that's what I represent. I represent peace, justice, equality.
Does America actually have a cultural heritage, and if so, what is it, and how can it affect change throughout the rest of the world? My interpretation today will reflect how my voice in terms of the history of this nation and peace and love has inspired my voice as a poet, so I will be reciting some of my poetry as well that was inspired by change in this nation and things that has affected other nations that's inspired me and pained me. I remember I was once denied a publication in one particular journal because they felt as though the things I was speaking about was too graphic and too strong and it might chase people away. But they gave me a lot of respect for having the courage to say certain things that most poets and most writers were afraid to speak on. And those are things that happened throughout the nation that has pained me. One particular poem that I will begin with before I start my presentation was called White Picket Fence, and it was something that it was published more than likely by multiple journals, and it says the White Picket Fence. The elms spoke evenly to one another over matters of the state, then they began branching off into a distant silence, leaving all others hanging on a limb. You always seemed to question why all the stars in Minnesota's sky would break through the night like pieces of shattered glass. They would shine so loud that you would hear them screaming out your name. When you were a small child, did you play hopscotch with a soda can crushed that you crushed beneath your right foot, then began hopping and skipping over numbered pavement back and forth on one leg, then two within a chalked out figure? I did, and for some strange reason, that chalked out figure always knew how to pronounce my full name and pronounce it correctly. The reason why I'm beginning with that is because it's called White Picket Fence. And when I think of white picket fences, I think of borders. When I think of borders, I think of restrictions, trespassing, and invasions. When I think of invasion as an American, I think of this country, and I think of my Cherokee Indian heritage. I think of Native Americans and their history in this nation.
I feel like, just being here in United Nations, that's epic in itself because you get to see people from all different nations that you may not have met before. So just being here definitely gives me the ability to reach people that I may not normally be reaching. Like there's people here that probably never heard of me. So I was able to come here and actually express myself to people who never met me before, and now they see that I'm pretty much on their side and not against them. I think a lot of times people think you're a poet, you're a singer, you're an artist, you're against them and you're only for self. I told someone this past week that I don't look at people that follow me as my fans, I look at them as my family. You're not my fans. That means that I'm up here and you're down there. There's no hierarchy. We're friends. You talk to me, I talk to you.